Hey, what's going on? What's your name, Eddie?
Yeah, yeah, that's my middle name. My first name's George, but my middle name's Eddie, so
Okay,
I kind of go by Eddie. Yeah.
okay. What city you calling out of, George?
I'm actually in York, Pennsylvania. So
Okay,
I don't know if you're familiar with like Lancaster and stuff like that. Like I lived in Lancaster. I'm originally from Philly,
okay,
and but we just moved out here not too long ago. But we I lived in Lancaster for a while.
okay, okay. So you out there, you have your. I see you have like a pressure washer service.
Yeah, yeah. So I've probably been doing that like the last 7 years. And just been looking to kind of add something or do something different as well. Um, something I can get, like my family more into and stuff like that. And then also something that I can really scale, as well.
Okay. So have you been looking into Jam Pro up there in the area?
Yeah, yeah. I actually just went to the meeting, I believe it was last week. So I'm in that like, due diligence period right now.
Okay.
Um, So I have another meeting scheduled with them. It's a little bit longer than 2 weeks. It's actually like on the 22nd of next month. Um, but still just really kind of deciding if uh if it's the right move, for me. This will be my first time really purchasing like a franchise and stuff like that. Like I like that it had a low barrier of entry as well. Um, but then just also being an entrepreneur and stuff like that. I'm so used to like doing stuff myself and building it up. But it's just it's a process to do all of those things as well too. So I don't really know. Like I mean, I know how to clean, but I don't know how to do commercial cleaning on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it on the outside, but it's a whole different thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, I will say this, like with Jam Pro, they provide the service, the training, the proper training on how to do commercial cleaning on the
Yeah,
Jam Pro way. So that is a good that is a good a way to get in to learn how to do a commercial clean. Um,
yeah,
but I mean, it's a process. It's just like everything else. If
yeah,
I know it took you some time to build your clients for like pressure washing and stuff like that. Although that is a good niche. Once you start Jam Pros, you can offer those
yeah.
services within Jam Pro, those pressure washing services as well. So, but yeah,
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 that's one of the things I remember I heard you say that as well, like those different type of niches and stuff. But when I was talking to the lady that I had ended up meeting with, uh, she didn't really know anything about like pressure washing like that. You know what I mean? So she didn't know, because that was one of the things I wanted to kind of find out more about, was offering like additional services. Like you guys don't offer any like exterior cleaning and stuff like that, and maybe I can go and help with that as well because that's what I have experience in. So just it's something I've been looking at for a little while. I've been looking at Jam Pro. That's the only cleaning franchise I was looking at. But then I was also, watching like the other guy that does it, that was teach you how to do it yourself and all that other stuff.
oh yeah, like
Um,
AJ.
yeah, yeah, AJ. Yeah, so I was watching a lot of his videos as well. And like that's kind of more where my heart is as far as being an entrepreneur. But also at this stage of being an entrepreneur, I don't really feel like reinventing the wheel and starting all over as far as like like grinding like that. Like I'm retired from the military. And I've been doing this, so I have a lot of free time. Like because I don't overwork myself. Like my business makes like multiple six figures now, but I don't. It don't take a lot of time to do, and I don't really
Yeah,
have a crew like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mostly just me. I have my sons with me, but they have went to college and stuff like that. But just trying to figure. Um, I figure, but I've been looking at this, and I am definitely interested in it. But I just kind of want to know like what made you like where are you in like your business right now with Jam Pros?
what do you mean? As far as
Like yeah, like what? Yeah.
I'm pretty I'm pretty much like managing the business now. We're just more
Okay.
management. I
Yeah.
think all the getting in and doing the labor part is over with for us. We're just more
Yeah.
just managing people. So
Yeah.
um, that's where we're at. Now, like I said, you're an entrepreneur at heart, so you know how to go out and do sales and things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to have a headache of having to, do sales and calls and sit in the office and
Yeah.
answer phones and answer customer
Yeah.
complaints, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that was the one of the reasons why I chose JanPro, because I don't want to be tied down to having to do all that myself. You
Yeah.
know, I don't want to be, feeling all those issues to where I'm having to sell. Now I'm having to manage people and sell. I just didn't want to.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
And that was a big thing too, like I'm managing people and stuff like that. Like I was in the military, so when I was transitioning and then I, started my entrepreneurial journey, it was cool finding stuff that I could just do by myself and be able to go get my money, go home, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But just managing people and people not showing up because I got a different level of dedication, a different level of commitment and service to different stuff, as opposed to just like somebody that can't get up and go to work every day. Like, you know what I mean? So it would just, what do you mean you can't get, I'm that's not even like an option for me. So it was just difficult. But with the janitorial services, I'm kind of leaning toward just like the whole franchise model because it's already set up, and that's one of the things I was looking for. But the plan I was looking at was the I think it's the FP20. Is that what it is?
yeah,
Yeah. Um, and I know I've watched your videos and stuff. I know you say starting off, like y'all started off with the lower plan, and is that I'm thinking maybe I should do that as opposed to the FP20 because I was going to like kind of do the stuff first just to kind of get my feet wet so that I have an understanding of it before I start, rolling
exactly.
people out. Yeah,
So our plan has always been the same, and we start at the bottom, the FP5, and
yeah,
as we scale that liquid that we had sitting on the sideline, we could buy
yeah,
contracts as we scale. So
yeah,
you always have that option to always, if you're trying to scale your business. But what we wanted to do is get in and learn the business from the inside, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So
And that's what I like to do as well. Because it's easier to kind of manage when actually been in a position as well. Um, and then that's cool. That's the other thing I like, because with pressure washing, I'm up here in PA, so it's like seasonal. For the most part, you get like a good 9 months where you can
yeah,
wash, and then after that, it's too cold, and I don't want to be out there in the cold anyway. So I'm retired, like I said. So usually, for the most part, I'm either just kicking it with the family, we going on vacations around that time of the year, or I'm just investing in stocks and stuff like that more at that time of the year. But I thought like for a while, like, all right, that'd be cool. I can kind of transition into this more um, over that span of time, and then just kind of get it up and running. But I just like kind of having like that backing of it's easy for me to be able to just follow a system and then get people into that as opposed to just trying to create everything from the ground. Because I've done that a couple of different times, and it is a lot, man. It's a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's pros and cons to everything, but I think that was our pathway. I
Yeah,
mean, it helped us out a lot. We were able to get in and work it for about 9 to 10 months before we were able
yeah,
to transition out of the business and just start managing people. So it just worked out perfectly for us to do it that way. You
yeah,
know, I can't. I mean, everybody's different, but I just didn't want, I just didn't want the headache, of
yeah,
having to go out here and try to, you know, and try to get leads and stuff. And mind you, if I had been, you know, a little bit more. So I was transitioning in from overseas. So
yeah, yeah. You were doing like contracting.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we were transitioning in from overseas, and I didn't want to. I wanted to keep our pay that we were making overseas, and I wanted to start this.
Hmm.
So I didn't have the
Yeah,
time, to try to learn how to do sales and stuff like that. I wanted to get in,
yeah,
have somebody do the sales for me, and all I do is just put boots on the ground and go to work. So
yeah,
those were the main reasons why we got started with JanPro that way.
yeah,
I mean, everybody has a different pathway, but that was, like I said, it was a perfect pathway for us.
yeah. And I feel like I'm kind of like more so leaning to that in that boat. Because for me, it's not about making the most money and stuff like that. It's about having it as an additional income stream, but and also still having my free time to be able to do stuff, but still be able to manage this and have it be something that's not too crazy and overwhelming, and you know what I mean, like, for the most part, it's janitorial, so it's not like a lot of things can really go wrong as far as, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have people
Yeah,
on the road
yeah,
for the most part like that, or you got big trucks or just different stuff where it's a lot less, like, it's matter of, being able to get people there and people doing a satisfactory job with cleaning and stuff like that. It's not as many variables, um, which is something I look at. That's why when I was listening to your story, it was more intriguing to me because it was just like, you transitioning from contracting made sense because you're accustomed to making a certain type of money. You didn't want to start at the bottom and just grind, and you could have did that and stuff like that and been successful. But it was easy, like, for you to just follow the system, and you know what I mean, because that was going to get you to where you wanted to go, and that's where I feel like I am with this right here. Because, like I said, I'm retired. My wife's retired, but she still works for the federal government as well. So it's not like, I'm like, oh, I just need to make every dollar I can,
yeah,
just grinding
exactly.
it out. And there was a time when I was like that, and there are people that are in that position right now, so I understand where that is. You have more worries and stuff like that as far as, like, where's this money gonna come, or hoard this. Like, when I talked to them, and they were already saying, like, how they're with their insurance and stuff like that you pay into the workers' comp, and everything was already inside of there and everything. I was like, oh, that's not bad too. I was like wondering what that fee was for that. But being a business owner and having employees and stuff like that, man, I already knew, like, your workers' comp is based on your payroll and stuff like that. So you gotta pay additional and stuff like that if your payroll goes up and all this. You got to do all those extra reports for them and all that all the time. So I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty good deal. You know what I'm saying? To not have to worry about that part of the business and stuff. So it made sense to me just looking at it. But then it was just like, I just wanted to talk to you because you're actually doing it, because I was like, man, it don't just sound too easy for me. You know what I mean? Like, in my
Yeah,
mind, like, it sounds like it's too easy now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. The
And
hardest part of this business is like any other business, just complaints. That's the hardest
yeah,
part about this business. This
yeah,
business, I mean, you come from a military background, so this is a cakewalk for
yeah,
you. It's a cakewalk.
yeah,
Just got to have customer service skills. If you not
yeah,
communicate, man, this business is a cakewalk.
yeah, yeah.
Cakewalk.
That's, I mean, I've been doing that already, for the last 7 years in this business. So we got, over 100 5-star reviews. Like, we're one of the top ranked companies in our area. So it's like, I'm used to doing that. When people be calling, like, they be calling for me and stuff like that because they're used to having that, that next level experience. They be, hey, Eddie, we want Eddie to come watch our house, and you know what I mean, because they're just used to that. When I come there, I meet them cheery and all that. So yeah, so I think I'm definitely going to do it. Uh, but I think I will just start off with the lower plan, just to get it rolling. And then, but the one of the things I did like with theirs was, like, I think for military,
Get that discount.
they didn't charge me no interest. Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
discount and you don't pay no interest, like, when you finance it, because it was like, for the FP20 it was a little bit less, because I think, like, it was like 3,800 down or something like that, and then, like, the other 3,800 that you could finance. I was like, and no interest. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay that 10%. So I was like, man, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at it from I know that that's a good deal. So
That's what we
yeah,
that's what we did. We capitalized on that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that.
Yeah. Definitely, man. I mean, you got it all. I mean, you got everything. I guess you just need me to just speak to me. But you're pretty sharp, so I know that you'll figure this out. This is too easy. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, this is
yeah. I
this
mean,
is
I just
real
want
too
to,
easy.
I just want to make sure. I just wanted to touch base with you. Cause, like I said, I did watch a video. I've sent a couple of them to my wife as well. But it's definitely good, to see, people that look like us in the business as well. I know, like, with the people that were in my area, there were a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost everybody that runs the. Where area are you in? Are you in Atlanta?
I'm from Atlanta.
You're in
I'm
Atlanta, you
down
said?
by I'm down by Fort Benning.
Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. So, like, to see a lot of us in the business and stuff. I know for up here, I think um the master franchise owner, I guess they're out of, like, Virginia, DC, and up here in Pennsylvania. So
Hmm.
it was cool, man. It was a good vibe when I sat down and met the people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to adding that as a part of my portfolio.
Okay,
But yeah,
man. I mean, hey, I'm always here though. Like if you have any questions or anything
yeah,
like that, I'm always here. I'm always available.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think you
Yeah.
got it, man. You're already in the business. You just on the outside. You're on
Yeah,
the
I'm on the outside
outside.
looking in.
Exactly. You're already in the
Yeah,
business.
I'm looking in. Yeah. So like I said, like especially like it'd be good, I think, for my business, especially on the winter side, in the winter time. And then it's easier to grow and expand and stuff like that. Like I got family members that clean, so it'd be an easy transition for me to get them up to speed and get them on the inside and still be able to make money passively without feeling like I need every dollar. Because like I said, it's just additional income stream, and I'm willing to make less to have less headaches and all that other extra stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. Well, hey, like I said, if you need me for anything, man, just reach out to me.
All right.
Like, if I got
Yes, sir.
any questions that you need to have answered, man, just give me a call, man.
All right. No, definitely appreciate it. I appreciate your time as well.
Oh, no problem. Hey, you take
All right.
care, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You will.